Hi, I'm Shannon from houseimprovements.com, and as far as plumbing goes, there's basically two types of PEX piping, Pex A and Pex B. I've got a video already for Pex A and quite a few different PEX videos in fact that you could check out on my channel. But this video today I'm going to show you how to work with Pex B. So Pex B is right now probably the most common plumbing pipe you're going to find in most homes. That is slowly changing a little bit over into A, but this video is solely going to deal with B. So we've got our Pex B pipe. You can buy it in coils or you can buy it in straight lengths like sticks. This is just a piece of a stick. I just made it smaller so we could have something decent size to work with. So with Pex B, really all PEX pipe, it can be easily cut with these guillotine type cutters. You really shouldn't use a knife or aviation snips or anything like that. You want to use this. It gives a nice clean straight cut, and it's when they're sharp it's simple as can be to cut it. So it's very easy to cut. With the PEX systems, you're going to have fittings for your elbows, joints, T's, valves, those sorts of things. One of the advantages of PEX is that you don't need as many fittings usually. You can usually do longer runs and make some gradual bends here and there instead of adding a 90 or whatever. But you are still going to need some fittings no matter what. So in Pex B, basically the fittings can be stuck right into the pipe, and then you're going to use a clamp to squeeze the pipe to the fitting. The different clamps that you can have, there's a couple different ones. You've got clamps like this that are just a solid ring. I'm not even sure what that's, I don't know what they are, honestly, if they're brass or copper or what they are. So you've got a solid ring that slides over, and then you have a tool here that you open up and you compress that ring onto the pipe. Now obviously you have to have your fitting in there when you do it. You're going to have your fitting in. There's little shoulders on the fittings, so the pipe's cut square, pushed right on tight to the shoulder on the fitting, and your ring's going to be within 1/8 of an inch of the end of the pipe onto the fitting. Then you'd take your tool, squeeze that on, done. The other type of fitting, let me just cut this pipe into two. So the other type of, sorry, not fitting, but clamp, this is another common one. So this is a sort of a cinch clamp. So you're going to use this other tool and you're going to pinch this together, and it basically folds around the pipe and squeezes it closed. This one is just solid round. This one's a little different. Okay, so with this cinch clamp, same idea. You want to get your clamp on the pipe. Oop. How about we squeeze this one? Let's just get this out of the way. So we've got our pipe on there. We're back to this ring one. Let's just get it on there so it's not moving around on us. Kind of the disadvantage of this system is with both these tools you pretty much need two hands on it, and it's kind of cumbersome to do by yourself. Let me just see if I can get it in here. So you need to get that all in there without it moving. Get the tool square on the fitting. I think I'm good. It's easy once you get it to that point. You can just close the tool. Okay, so now that's on there. It's not coming off, so we've just basically squeezed that ring around there. Okay. For the other one, for these cinch or pinch clamps, same idea. Got our fitting, got our pipe. We get our clamp fitting within 1/8 of an inch of that end. Now this tool, if I can get it open far enough, has to squeeze that, but there's two little ears on there to get against. Once you get it all set, the tool tells you when you're done. You can't over squeeze it. So you go until it clicks and you're done. So those are your two types there. I should have spun this around so you could see. Let me just turn that. You can kind of see it maybe a little better from here. It's almost like a little hose clamp in a way, but there's no screw and gears. It just... Okay, so that's the two. I believe there's one other type of clamp you can use on there, but these are the two main systems that I ever see, and those are on there good and tight now. So we'll just get this tool out of the way. So you've got your fitting. There's different fittings, like I said. You've got clamps. So if you need to fasten this down in your wall or whatever, they just snap on there, drive the nail home. That holds it all into position. You've got, no, I don't have a long, let me just grab a long piece, I'll show you this. So we've got these brackets basically, or these forms that will allow you to get this pipe to make a tight turn like that. Okay, so it'll make that turn. And with Pex B, it's really important that you use these. Pex A, you might get away without using them, but with these, the Pex B needs a little more support on a sharp turn like that. So you'd use that. With Pex B, if you kink it coming out of a coil or whatever, bend it too far and it kinks like that, you can't fix that. With Pex A, which you can watch my video about Pex A after, you can actually fix that with a heat gun. With Pex B, you can't. This would have to be cut out. You know, we've got a big long pipe. This would get cut out and spliced a new section in there or replace the whole chunk of pipe. Okay, so not fixable. Something that, another way, instead of using their connections, if you want, you can use push fit fittings. Okay, so these push fits, if you've never seen them, basically just push right on. I've got this handy gauge so we can mark the depth for 1/2 inch pipe. That just shows me how far this fitting has to go on, so I know it's seated all the way. And these fittings basically have O-rings inside them. So give it a little wiggle, push it on till you get to your mark, and that's there. And again, not coming off. Okay, so push fits can be used to join pecs together as well. More expensive than this, but very quick and easy. Not all push fits should be buried inside of walls though, so that's where this fitting comes in. Disadvantages of Pex B. One of the disadvantages is the flexibility or the lack of it. It's not nearly as flexible as Pex A. Another disadvantage, as I said already, if you kink it, you got to cut that out and swap in a new chunk, which just means some more fittings. Lastly, disadvantage is the restriction that every one of these fittings causes on your pipe. You can see the size of the diameter there in the end of the pipe. This is the fitting that would go in there. Now there's a good example of just how much these fittings restrict the flow through this pipe. Just as an example, this is a Pex A fitting, this is Pex B. There's the difference. So even if I put Pex A fitting, which their pipe looks almost identical to this, I have another video comparing Pex A and B. Check it out. I show this exact thing. I put A and B together. They look the same when you look down the pipe, but the fittings, like you just seen, don't look the same. Here's the A fitting. Here's the B pipe. So that A fitting is pretty well the same size as the pipe is right now. Let's see if I can hold all this. Here's the B fitting. So there's your difference. Big difference in my mind. In my mind, if you are using Pex B pipe in a normal situation of any residential house, most of the house is plumbed with 1/2 inch pipe. That's the traditional size to use. Works for everybody. With the Pex B, I recommend that you upsize to the 3/4 inch pipe instead of 1/2 inch. Here's a 3/4 inch fitting. I can't quite get it in there, but my fitting for my 1/2 inch almost fits inside of it. Let's see what it looks like beside the 1/2 inch pipe. So it's about the same size inside as my 1/2 inch pipe is. So that being said, Pex B is not my first choice. Pex A definitely is, but if you're going to use Pex B, I would definitely upsize to the next size up from whatever you thought you were going to use. Just my 2 cents. Okay, I think I've showed you everything I can show you. I don't sell Pex A, Pex B, any kind of Pex pipe. If you check out my channel, you see I'm just a guy trying to help DIYers learn how to do stuff. And somewhere along the way of all my years of renovating and being in construction, I come up with little things like this that to me are very obvious downfalls. Sorry, that was A and B. Here's a B and B. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out to you. I'm not telling you not to use Pex B, but I would definitely think about upsizing one size from whatever you thought you were going to use before. That's all I can really tell you. Smash the thumbs up. Hopefully this video helped you get a little bit of insight into Pex B. Go check out my Pex A video, how to join Pex to copper, A to B comparison. I've got lots of plumbing videos, lots of electrical, framing, siding, windows, whatever you want. Go check out my channel. Click subscribe before you leave. Thanks. Bye.